Welcome to another insightful video. Today we delve into the world of finance, guided by the wisdom of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett's financial acumen has led him to identify 7 common pitfalls that can hamper your financial growth. These are the habits, the things that people often spend their money on, only to find themselves in a cycle of financial instability. The purpose of this video is to shed light on these habits and provide you with the tools to navigate your financial journey with wisdom. Stay tuned as we uncover the 7 things poor people often waste their money on. First on the list, lottery tickets. It might surprise some, but it's a fact. Now think about Joe. Joe is an average guy who spends a significant chunk of his hard-earned money on lottery tickets every week. The allure of winning big is irresistible. The promise of an effortless fortune, a life free from financial worries, is too tempting to ignore. But let's take a step back. The odds of winning the lottery are astronomically low. For Joe, his weekly lottery ticket is not an investment, it's a gamble with little to no return. But still, he buys ticket after ticket, week after week, clinging to the false hope of a big win. In reality, those dollars could be put to much better use. They could go towards savings or investments, or even just a nice meal out. Instead, they're going towards a system designed to profit from people's dreams and desperation. As the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett himself has warned, the lottery is not a path to easy riches. Instead, it's a tax on the poor and the hopeful. And that's why lottery tickets are first on our list of things poor people waste their money on. Next up, we have high-interest debt. Now, high-interest debt is like a financial quicksand. It's easy to step into, but incredibly hard to escape from. Let's imagine for a moment a credit card with a hefty 20% interest rate. Sounds manageable, right? But here's the catch. You swipe for $1,000 planning to pay it off next month, but life happens, and you can only afford the minimum payment. Suddenly, that $1,000 balloons with high interest. Month after month, even as you chip away at the balance, the interest keeps piling up. Before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of debt. And that's just one card. Multiply that scenario by 3 or 4 cards and you're looking at a long-term financial impact that can take years, even decades to recover from. High-interest debt can drain your resources, limit your financial freedom, and keep you from reaching your goals. And so, Warren Buffett's advice rings truer than ever. Avoid debt that costs you more in the long run. It's not about never using credit, it's about using it wisely. It's about understanding the real cost of high-interest debt and making informed decisions that protect your financial future. As Buffett advises, avoid debt that costs you more in the long run. Our third point is luxury items. Now, who doesn't love the allure of a shiny new sports car or the latest designer threads? They're tempting, we get it. But these items often come with a hefty price tag, and if you can't truly afford them, you're setting yourself up for financial strain. Imagine this. You've been eyeing that sleek limited edition luxury car. You cave, you buy it. But the monthly payments are more than you can comfortably handle. Before you know it, you're struggling to keep up and that shiny car is more of a burden than a joy. Or perhaps, you have a penchant for designer clothes. You think, what's one more Gucci bag? But each purchase adds up and soon you're drowning in debt for clothes that, let's be honest, won't stay in style forever. Luxury items are just that. Luxuries. They're nice to have, but they're not necessities. And if purchasing them puts you in financial jeopardy, they're not worth it. Remember Buffett's words? If you buy things you don't need, soon you'll have to sell things you need. Fourth on our list is frequent eating out. Now, we all love a good meal at a fancy restaurant or a quick bite at the local fast food joint. But have you ever stopped to consider the cost difference between eating out and cooking at home? Let's imagine a person named Alex. Alex eats out every day, spending an average of $15 per meal. That's around $450 a month. Now, if Alex decided to cook at home, the monthly grocery bill might come up to around $250. That's a potential saving of $200 each month, just by eating at home more often. Over a year, Alex could save $2,400. That's a significant amount that could go into savings or investments. As Buffett suggests, save money by eating at home more often. The fifth point is unused subscriptions. Now let's think about this for a moment. How many of us are guilty of signing up for a gym membership in January, filled with New Year's resolve, only to stop going by March? Or subscribing to a dozen streaming services when we barely have the time to watch one? And let's not forget about those magazines gathering dust in the corner. Take, for instance, Jane. Jane is a hardworking individual who, in her quest for self-improvement and entertainment, has accumulated subscriptions to 3 different gyms, 5 streaming platforms, and a handful of monthly magazines. Yet she barely uses any of them. By sitting down and taking stock of these unused subscriptions, Jane realized she was draining hundreds of dollars a year. Money she could have otherwise saved or invested. Unused subscriptions are silent money leeches, slowly draining away your hard-earned cash. They're easy to overlook, but they add up, and before you know it, you're leaking money. Buffett reminds us to cut expenses that do not bring value to our lives. So, take a leaf out of Jane's book, review your subscriptions. If they're not serving you, it's time to cut them loose. Impulse buying is our sixth point. Picture this: John, a hard-working man, finds himself frequently buying items he hadn't planned for. A new gadget here, a fancy pair of shoes there, and oh, that cool hoodie he just couldn't resist. These purchases might seem harmless at first, yet they quietly drain his resources, leaving him wondering where his money went at the end of the month. You see, this is the financial impact of impulse buying. It's like a silent leak in your wallet, slowly but surely emptying it. The items might bring temporary excitement, but they often turn out to be unnecessary expenditures that could have been avoided. It's not about depriving yourself of the things you enjoy, but rather about thoughtful spending. Prioritize needs over wants, plan your purchases, and stick to your budget. This way you can enjoy your hard-earned money without the regret of wasteful spending. Warren Buffett, the investment guru himself, couldn't stress this enough. Buffett's advice is to plan your purchases and resist impulse buying. Wise words to live by indeed. Lastly, we have neglecting savings. This point is particularly crucial. Savings are the safety net that keeps us afloat during financial storms, and not having this cushion can lead to dire consequences. Imagine this scenario. John, a hard-working individual, lives from paycheck to paycheck with no savings set aside. One day his car breaks down unexpectedly. Without a savings cushion, he's faced with a tough decision. Should he borrow money with high interest rates or ignore the problem, further damaging his car and potentially losing his job due to unreliable transportation? Neither option is ideal, and both could lead to a downward spiral of financial instability. This is where the wisdom of Warren Buffett comes into play. He advises us to pay ourselves first. This means that before we spend money on anything else, we should set aside a portion for savings. It's not about how much we earn, but how much we keep. By consistently saving, we build a financial safety net that can protect us from unexpected expenses and provide us with a sense of financial security. Buffett emphasizes the importance of paying yourself first by saving. That concludes our list of 7 things poor people often waste their money on, according to Warren Buffett. In our financial journey, we've explored several pitfalls that can lead to unnecessary expenditure and ultimately, a poor financial standing. We started with lottery tickets, a game of chance that more often than not results in wasted money rather than windfalls. Buffett advises us to invest in surefire ways to grow our wealth instead of relying on luck. Next, we delved into the trap of high-interest debt. Remember, this is a cycle that's tough to break free from once entered. It's always wise to avoid such debts and focus on building a strong financial foundation. Then, we examined the allure of luxury items. While these goods may give a temporary boost to our social standing, they are not the key to long-term financial stability. Buffett encourages us to live within our means and invest in assets that generate income. We also explored the habit of eating out frequently. While it's enjoyable to indulge in restaurant meals, it's important to balance this with home-cooked food, which is not only healthier, but also more economical. Our journey continued with unused subscriptions. These small recurring expenses can add up over time and eat into our savings. It's essential to regularly evaluate our subscription services and cancel those we do not use. Impulse buying was our next stop. This habit can lead to unnecessary purchases and clutter. Buffett's advice? Buy what we need, not what we want. Lastly, we looked at the common mistake of neglecting savings. Without a safety net, we are left vulnerable to financial emergencies. Buffett advises us to pay ourselves first by setting aside a portion of our income for savings. Incorporating these lessons from Warren Buffett into our daily lives can help us avoid these common financial pitfalls and set us on a path to financial success. After all, financial literacy is not just about making money, but also about how to save and spend it wisely. Thank you for watching this video. We hope these lessons from Warren Buffett will guide you in your financial journey. Until next time, keep learning and growing.